Two loggers walk into the pines. All day, one of them feels eyes on his back. He turns fast. Nothing, only trees. When the sun drops, only one of them walks out. 6 monsters. 6 cultures that never met. Each one swears their monster is real. You have never heard their names. The famous ones, the Wendigo, the Skinwalker, they have films. These 6 only have victims. Stay until the last one. It flies. Colorado, the San Juan Mountains, 1890. Miners here tell of slopes where whole mule trains vanish. No bones, no wreckage, just a wet path of crushed timber straight down the mountain. They blame something they call the slide rock boulder. Picture a whale. Now put it on a mountain. Its tail splits into 2 great hooks. It sinks those hooks over the ridge line at the very top of the peak, and it hangs there. Head down, waiting. It can wait for weeks. Its skin weeps a slick grease. Every hour it hangs, the slope below it gets slicker. Then something moves in the valley. A deer, a pack mule, a man. The boulder lets go. 40 tons of muscle come down the mountain faster than a train. Trees snap flat. Rock screams. The great mouth scoops up everything in its path. Timber, boulders, the man, and swallows. Its own speed carries it up the next slope. The hooks catch a new ridge. It settles. It hangs. The mountain goes quiet again. Rangers in 1910 wrote the beast into an official report of the lumber woods. They said one boulder took an entire tour group in a single slide. They said the only warning is the grease. A wet shine on dry rock high above you. Some say the loggers invented it, a tall tale for the campfire. But the loggers did not laugh when they told it. They checked the ridge line first, because here is the thing about a monster shaped like a mountain. You never see it. You see the peak. You see a strange dark shape along the crest, like a fallen tree. And if that shape is gone when you look again, it is already coming. Move north, past the tree line, onto the sea ice of the Arctic. Inuit children learn one rule before they can walk. Stay away from the ice edge. Not because of the cold, because of her. The Qalupalik, a woman who was never a woman. Green skin, slick like a seal. Black hair that moves in the water like weeds. Long fingers, longer nails. On her back, she carries an amatik, the pouch Inuit mothers use to carry their babies. Hers is empty. That is the problem. She wants it full. She hangs just under the ice where the water is black, and she hums. A low song that comes up through the ice like a heartbeat. Children hear it. Adults mostly do not. The song pulls. A child walks toward the edge to hear it better. Leans out over the black water. And 2 long green arms come up. The elders say she does not eat the children. That would be kinder. She keeps them. She tucks them into the pouch on her back, and she dives. She raises them down there in the cold and the dark, asleep. Forever hers. Hunters say you can hear knocking under the ice in the places where she keeps them. Scientists will tell you the story has a purpose. Thin ice kills fast in the Arctic. A monster keeps children away from the edge better than any warning. Perhaps. But the hum is the detail that does not let go. Ask anyone who has stood alone on sea ice at night. The ice sings. It creaks and moans and rings like a struck bowl. The Inuit heard that song for 4,000 years. They decided something was singing back. Now come back to the pines. Back to the 2 loggers. 1880. The Great North Woods of America. Lumber camps cut timber from Maine to Minnesota. And men go missing between the trees. The survivors all report the same thing. Not a sighting, a feeling. Eyes on your back all day long. The loggers gave it a name that is also a warning. The Hidebehind, tall as a man and thin as a shadow. So thin it can stand behind any tree trunk and leave nothing showing. It is fast, faster than the turn of your head. Every time you spin around, it has already moved. That is the whole hunt. It follows you for hours, tree to tree, always directly behind you. You never see it. You only feel it. When it finally takes a man, it happens in silence. A grip like a bear trap, dragged into the dark timber. What the search party finds, when they find anything, is not fit for the record. The old accounts say one thing plainly. It feeds on what is inside a man. Now the strange part. The loggers swore it fears one thing. Alcohol. A man with drink in his blood is poison to it. And loggers being loggers, this became the most obeyed safety rule in the history of the lumber camps. Folklore experts file the Hidebehind under campfire jokes. But be honest, you know the feeling. The prickle on the back of your neck on a dark trail. You turn. Nothing. Every human alive knows that feeling. The loggers just gave it a name. And here is their last piece of advice for what it is worth. If you feel it, do not keep turning around. It only moves when you look. Cross the ocean. North of Scotland, the Orkney Islands, where the sea decides who eats. Of every devil in Scottish water, the islanders feared one above all. They would not say its name near the shore. Say it and it hears. The Nuckelavee. It comes out of the winter sea, and it is wrong in every direction. A horse with no skin, muscle bare to the salt wind, black blood moving through yellow veins you can watch working. Its breath rolls out like smoke, and out of the horse's back grows a man. No skin on him either. Arms so long the knuckles drag the ground. A head too big for its body, rolling on a neck that cannot hold it. One eye, red like a burning coal. The horse mouth and the man mouth breathe together. And the breath is the weapon. The islanders called it mortar sheen. Crops black by morning. Cattle dead in the field. Whole seasons of hunger. That was not weather, they said. That was the breath. One man met it on a night road and lived. Tammers of Orkney. His account survives. The sea at his left hand. The thing walking beside him in the dark. The great head rolling toward him. He ran for a stream. Because the Nuckelavee has one law it cannot break. It cannot cross fresh running water. Salt water made it. Sweet water burns it. Tammers crossed the burn, and it screamed behind him. And the scream, he said, was two voices. All summer, an older power keeps it chained deep in the sea. The islanders called her the Mither of the Sea. But every winter, her grip slips. So when Orkney farmers watched their fields turn black, they understood. Winter is when she lets go. Japan, the 10th century. A war has ended, and the fields are full of the dead. Too many to bury. The soldiers rot where they fell. The starved lie in the ditches. No grave, no rites, no rest. And in Japan, that has a price. The angry dead do not scatter. They gather. Bone finds bone. 100 dead. 1,000. 10,000 skeletons folding together into one shape in the dark. The Gashadokuro, a skeleton 15 times the height of a man. Tall as a temple. Taller. It walks after midnight, and for all its size, you will not hear it coming. A thing of bone and hate has no footsteps. There is only one warning, a ringing in your ears. That is what the old stories insist. When the ringing starts, the giant has already seen you. The sound inside your skull is its teeth. Gachai, 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 grinding somewhere above you in the dark. Then the hand, fingers longer than a man, closing around you, lifting you 100 feet up past the roofs to the skull. It bites the head first. You cannot kill it. Swords hit bone that 10,000 deaths have hardened. Prayers slide off rage that 10,000 deaths have earned. The Gashadokuro cannot be stopped, only outlasted. It walks until the anger binding the bones burns out, and the giant falls apart into a rain of dead men. Japan put it in art. The most famous print shows a princess of a ruined house calling the skeleton up through a torn palace curtain to avenge her father. Revenge is the point. The Gashadokuro is what the forgotten dead become. Every unburied man is a bone in its body, and history keeps making more bones. Last one, the Philippines. And the reason mothers here still hang garlic by the window. In a village on Luzon, there is a woman everyone likes. Beautiful, quiet, keeps to herself. At midnight in her hut, she stands very still. And she comes apart. At the waist, the skin parting clean like a knife through fruit. Her upper body pulls free of her hips. Lungs, heart, and a rope of entrails hanging below her ribs, wet in the moonlight. Wings open across her back. Wide black leather wings. The torso rises through the roof and into the night. The legs stay behind, standing alone in the dark hut. Patient, helpless. Remember the legs. This is the Manananggal, and it is hunting for one thing: a house where a pregnant woman sleeps. It lands without weight on the grass roof. Through the thatch it lowers a tongue, long, thin, hollow, like a black straw. The mother never wakes. It feeds on the child. The heart, the stories say. Always the heart. In the 1600s, Spanish priests wrote home in frustration. Of all the demons of these islands, the people fear this one most. 400 years later, in some provinces, nothing has changed. In 1992, a Manananggal panic in Manila made the evening news. Camera crews went into the streets. This is not an old story yet, but the creature has a clock. That is its weakness. The split body must rejoin before sunrise. So if you find the legs standing alone in the dark, you salt the wound. Salt, ash, or crushed garlic pressed into the open waist. The torso returns at dawn. It circles. It shrieks. It cannot seal. And when the sun comes up, the thing that was a beautiful neighbor burns in the light. The village wakes to the smell of ash, and someone they trusted is gone. 6 monsters. No films. No fame. Just cultures oceans apart that all reached the same conclusion. Something else is out there, and it does not need your belief. This archive holds files on creatures far worse, the ones the famous monsters fear. The archive is open. Subscribe and choose the next file.